Oh, geez. What's the motion? This is moving images.
Moving faster. It
It's
picks
like
up.
a train pulling out of the station.
Oh man,
We're talking about time.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I can remember things from high school, particularly races I was competing in, like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny?
Well, people tell me I have a good memory, and maybe
You do.
so, but I think you remember things that are emotionally charged. And I've
That's
had a
right.
lot of adventure in my life, so I have a lot of emotionally charged things to remember.
Yeah.
I can remember
Yeah.
the All-City half-mile finals when I was a senior in 1942, May the 3rd. And God, we were all in the tunnel at Kezar Stadium, so you could, out of sight of the stands, you could take a piss because we were all, you know, you do that when you're all keyed up and nervous, all that adrenaline flowing. And I gave my teammate lane 2 because he begged me for it, and I took lane 12. So it cost me the record. I missed it by 2/10, but I won the race.
You won the race.
I won the race.
Wow.
Going away,
Yeah.
the favorite began to falter on the last turn. It was a 3-turn race. And he had about an 8-yard lead, but I pulled up on him on that last turn, and I felt great. As soon as we came off, I took off. And my father filmed it, and I won by about 10 yards.
Wow.
Great feeling. Because I had pointed for this for 2 years. I'd been third as a sophomore in the varsity race. Close second as a junior. So this was my race.
Wow.
And I changed his film to DVD, so I've got the race on a DVD.
Oh, I'll have to
Much
see
of it.
that sometime. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was a wind-up camera, and it's winding down.
Was it a Bolex or something?
I don't know. I've got it.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Yeah.
And he was winding and filming at the same time. So you see the sky, the stands across the way, then me, then his toes, and then
Yeah,
up
right.
and down. Finally,
Yeah.
he got it wound up enough to get me coming in the last 30 yards.
Cam's got a pretty good elevation.
Hi, John.
Hello. Okay.
39 years today.
Wow.
First 10,000 feet of the hardest.
Okay. That's true.
And we had a good day, but the next 65th, where the wind blew us off the beach, we were lucky. There was a big event at the village, at the Indian village, so we had the whole picnic area to ourselves. Yeah. I got pictures of you in my album.
Still there.
Photographic autobiography.
We brought all the ancient Alpine Club stuff there to the.
Yeah, I know.
We had the old Korean War.
I wasn't in
Army
the Korean
surplus
War. I
tents?
was in World War II. Some of the
I know,
checkers
but
at the
but
Gooder
you made
think I
us
was in the
remember all those
Spanish-American
tents we
War.
used to have in our Alpine Club. Yeah.
No, I told some of the checkers, yeah, I was a drummer boy in the Spanish-American War. I had to lie about my eyes. I was only 10. And they kind of look at me, you know. You can tell them anything, you know, because they're all 19, 20. And someone said, I hear you flew a P-30 something, you know, P-38 in World War II. And I said, no, it was a 4-engine bomber called a B-17. You ever heard of it? No.
I never heard of a B-17, even I heard of a B-17.
I went down to Hayward and got to go inside that show.
Oh, did you go to
I
Hayward?
read about your, you know,
That must be
I saw you on the
all when
news
they talk
and
about
in the
bombing
paper, and so I went
Germany
down there
and stuff.
the next day.
It was on TV at the
Yeah.
Hayward Station.
Yeah.
2 students arranged it. I didn't know anything about it. They called me up and said, how would you like to take a B-17 ride? I said, yeah, where? Come to Hayward next week. And they set it up for me. And I go out there, and none of the people going in the plane had ever never were in World War II at all. So I'm holding a press conference on the tarmac.
We saw it.
And this television guy from Hayward is filming the whole thing. So a brief moment of glory.
Yeah, so I went the next
Another,
day and
another brief moment
I
for
decided,
you. You've had
I decided
several.
$450 is a little bit much to pay for the flight, but I got to crawl inside the plane and look around. And when you went in there, did it bring back memories of how to operate everything, how to operate the thing? Did you think you could fly it if you needed to?
Somebody asked me if I thought I could take it off, and I said, I think so. I needed to run my runway 10 miles long and 10 miles wide. And so that at the end of 5 miles, I haven't gotten it off. I've got 5 miles to put it, to slow it down and stop it. I do remember, though, we took off at 30-second intervals. This guy is in position. I were right behind him. This plane takes off. We're watching the clock for 30 seconds. We rev the engines up full blast, pull the stick back, and hold the plane with the brakes. Then as soon as 30 seconds are up, we let go of the brakes and we just lunged. And whoever wasn't taking off would shout the airspeed, 60, 65, and then when at 90, you pull back on the stick, and it wasn't like today's jets.
Yeah.
We just skimmed. And then we flicked the switch, gear up, and we flicked the switch to cut the drag down, to bring the wheels up.
Right.
And then in the darkness,
Oh
the
boy.
lead plane is circling a radio beacon, and he's firing green flares, and we would assemble all 12 planes in the darkness, no lights, and there were collisions, and sometimes, and then once we're all formed, it was all, I had nothing to do with the coordination of all of this, all the brass did, and we would fly east and into the rising sun, and all we had for dark glasses were not the kind you have, it was a Ray-Ban. And they really weren't very effective. And so we're flying right into the sun over Holland. And I always remember the canal, the light flashing back up. And of course we're climbing, so as to be over 20,000 feet over Germany. And from there we go to the target and try not to
You guys using any
avoid
oxygen?
fighters. We had fighter attacks. We flew a very tight formation to discourage fighter attacks. So I flew. If I'm guiding off of this guy's wing, I'm almost overlapping. And in fact, once my right wing, either he moved towards me or my right wing got caught in the prop wash and we're heading for a collision. So I just pulled back on the stick and went over the top and then back down under and back into position.
Wow.
But I remember flying through the debris of planes that way up front had collided. And, an engine cowling is going by, a guy is going by, and stuff, we didn't want to hit it.
Yeah.
That was a danger.
Wow.
So I don't think I'll go again.
And the name of that trail that goes up there from Kings Canyon,
High Sierra Trail. It goes over.
the ones cut right into the granite wall
Yes.
where they dynamited
There,
during
and you
the
go through a tunnel.
yeah.
Where these ideas get planted and where you come back too often.
Actually freezing. It won't be so windy lower down. It gets different layers of clouds moving in different directions.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I was watching
It's
that.
cool, all right,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah, cool. Yep.